So in today's video, we are going to be talking about the chronology of postmodern writers. The writers that you can see on your screens are extremely important and you are always going to see works from them or chronology questions from them. If you are a wiser student, you probably know that under British literature comes a lot of your ages, but not all are extremely important. The ages that are mentioned in red are the most important in comparison to the other ages. If you have been following me from the very beginning, I have told my students not to waste their precious time in some of the ages that are too lengthy and from whom the questions are now not being asked or very negligent questions are being asked. So if you are someone who is wasting their time in studying ardently the old and middle English era, then age of Chaucer, the entire works of Shakespeare, you are making a mistake. These ages are extremely important because these are the sections where you can see the most important writers, and if you pick up the trend of the current latest exams, you will be able to see major questions from these sections only, these ages only, and not from the sections that are mentioned above. So starting and seeing the number one writer of postmodern era is Harold Pinter. Write it somewhere. You are always going to see a question from either Harold Pinter, Samuel Beckett, or Theatre of Absurd. These three are the topics out of which you are always going to see questions from them. Harold Pinter is one such writer from whose biography is also being asked. So if you are interested, you can just go on Wikipedia and read once about his biography. Talking about his career, he was an actor before becoming a writer. He performed in several of the various plays and television shows, and this is a very important point because later when he moves on to writing, he uses his own experience of being an actor, and then he comes up with a very distinct style of playwriting in the literature world. He has been awarded Nobel Prize in Literature. You must all be having a proper list of all the writers that have won these important awards. Now, he is known for being associated with Theatre of Absurd and Comedy of Menace. Harold Pinter is so important. I cannot emphasize much about his importance and the importance of his work because you are always going to see questions out of him. His writing style is so unique that the people of literature have given him a proper name, that is Pinteresque. Something very similar I taught you in the German literature video as well, where the Franz Kafka's writing style was got famous by the name of Kafkaesque. Okay, so you have to remember all these important things when we talk about Theatre of Absurd or when we talk about Comedy of Menace. It is a very different kind of unconventional type of writing style where absurdity, weirdness, futility of action, everything that is devoid of goal is you can see in the Theatre of Absurd. When I talk about Comedy of Menace, nothing comedic is involved over here. A very dark kind of comedy you can see. When we talk about Menace, everything is very confusing, a sense of terror, a sense of frightening, and what is going to happen in the very next moment. These are the kind of elements you can see in the work of Harold Pinter. So you can see pauses and silences and dramatic elements in the works of Harold Pinter. You can see dialogues that are incomplete, thoughts that are extremely weird, and stupid actions that is lacking inner conflicts and such things. Please understand, dear students, these questions, the points that I'm telling you, are asked in your exams in the similar way. You will be given a question where 4 to 5 sentences will be given to you, and you will be asked to judge what are the characteristics of Theatre of Absurd or Comedy of Menace. So whatever I'm telling you is important for you to remember. Pinter, as I already told you, is associated with Comedy of Menace, and this is the question that has been asked from you in one of the years, where 4 writers are given to you, and you have been asked that who was the one who used to employ the idea, the air of Menace in his works, which is Harold Pinter. Okay. Here you can see a list of all his works: The Room, The Birthday Party, The Dumb Waiter, The Caretaker, The No Man's Land, Betrayal, Family Voices, Ashes to Ashes. All these works have appeared in the questions. 20 to 25 plus questions alone are being asked from Harold Pinter. That means this is an important writer. Another thing, all the works written on your screen over here are important. Either titular based questions have been asked from these particular works, or detailed questions have been asked. The detailed works that you must be wondering that which are the detailed works that we need to do in detail are the birthday party. You cannot leave this work if you are extremely near your exam, or and you have happened to miss this particular work. Please go ahead, find it on Google, and please read the entire summary, the character listing, what happened in this particular play, because you are going to definitely see questions out of the birthday party. Then we have the caretaker and betrayal, out of whom you can see similar kind of detailed questions. So it is important that if you go and read the birthday party, the caretaker and betrayal, and rest of the names must also be learned by you, because titular based questions have been asked. They'll give you 4 writers, or they'll give you just the name of Harold Pinter, and out of 5 to 6 works they will ask you that identify which are the works of Harold Pinter. So please, you cannot leave Harold Pinter at any cost. Moving forward, we have Samuel Beckett, again a very important writer when it comes to theatre of episode or postmodern era. He was a novelist, dramatist, short story writer, theatre director, poet, and literary translator. His literary and theatrical works are bleak, they are impersonal, tragicomedy, आपको इसको देख tragedy comedy का जो element है वो देखने को मिल जाएगा कि इनका जो work है, like if we pick up Waiting for Godot, we can see tragic elements as well, the tragic futility of action and what happens to a man with no hope of the next day. Then all these things are shown in a very comedic way, in a very light way, which is a genre of black comedy. When I talk about black comedy, I remember one of the students asked me that, ma'am, please explain black comedy. So black comedy is a genre where you do not laugh, where you see the futility of actions, and where the tragedy is shown in a very light air, and the topics that are picked up are the taboo topics, or the topics that are extremely hurtful on the part of a particular humanity. So these are the things that are a part of your black comedy, which is nonsensical. Samuel Beckett is also one of the writers जिनको नोबेल प्राइज मिला हुआ है, तो इस बात का भी आप लोग जरूर से ध्यान रखिएगा. When I talk about the works of Samuel Beckett, Murphy, Waiting for Godot, Endgame, Unnameable, Crab's Last Tale, Happy Days, How It Is. I remember there is one more work, Not I, was a work again. This is one of the work of Samuel Beckett also. Please आप इसकी date देख लीजिएगा. The works that you can see on your screen, dear students, आपको जरूर से रटे होने चाहिए. The works that you can see in green color are the ones that have been asked कि कौन सा 2 act play है, कौन सा 1 act play है. तो ये आपको तभी पता होगा जब आपने डिटेल में इन वर्क्स को पढ़ा होगा. सैमुअल बेकेट के कई सारे वर्क्स है, बट इफ यू आर गेटिंग अ नैरोड वर्जन ऑफ हिज इंपॉर्टेंट वर्क्स, देन यू मस्ट पुट सम एफर्ट्स एंड गो अहेड एंड फाइंड इट ऑन गूगल एंड स्टडी अकॉर्डिंगली. वेटिंग फॉर गोडो इज वन सच वर्क जिसका टेक्स्ट, जिसकी सेटिंग, जिसके डायलॉग, जिसके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स एंड क्या क्या हो रहा था उसके अंदर से डिटेल क्वेश्चंस आपको देखने को मिल जाएंगे. सो वेटिंग फॉर गोडो इज वन सच वर्क जो आपको टेक्स्ट वाइज एंड एक्ट वाइज, सीन वाइज सब कुछ करना चाहिए. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ेंगे. एंड सैमुअल बेकेट की देयर इज वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट डिटेल दैट यू नीड टू रिमेंबर इज हिज ट्रायलॉजी. यू ऑल आर अवेयर दैट ट्रायलॉजी क्वेश्चंस आर आस्क्ड इन योर यूजीसी नेट एग्जाम और एनी इंग्लिश लिटरेचर एग्जाम. Molloy, Malone Dice, and the Unnameable are a part of his trilogy, and exactly the same question has been asked from you. 4 to 5 works are given, and you have been asked that what are the works that come under the trilogy of Samuel Beckett. So please do not leave them. एंड ये आपको रट लेना चाहिए. आगे बढ़ेंगे, फिलिप लार्किन के बारे में बात करेंगे. नाउ इनकी आपको इतनी बायोग्राफी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. ही वाज अ रिजर्व्ड पर्सनालिटी विद अ शार्प एंड ऑब्जर्वेशनल स्टाइल दैट यू कैन ऑलरेडी सी इन हिज poetry. He was a very significant writer of 28th century who used to use very precise kind of language with exploration of everyday themes. There are very less writers who will show you the ordinary lives or the exploration of everyday themes. Philip Larkin is one such poet. When I talk about Philip Larkin, because he is a poet, you need to know all the poetry collections first before jumping onto the poetry. When I talk about the poetry collection, the North Ship, the Less Deceived, the Wits and Weddings, High Windows, collected poems, all of the works that you can see, all the collections have been asked in the exams. Whatever you are seeing in this particular video have been asked in your exam, so do not leave them or ignore them कि हाँ चलो इसको करने की जरूरत नहीं है. All these works are important. The North Ship, The Less Deceived, and The Whitsun Weddings were the direct questions where you were being asked to judge the poetry collections of Philip Larkin. So these are the questions and these are the information that I am providing you. Talking about his poetries, now there are a lot of poetries. The poetry collection that you can see is having 30 to 34 to 32 poetries in every single poetry collection. It is completely impossible for a literature student to study all the poetries and all the text of these poetries. So I've narrowed down all the important poetries that you need to do text wise, which is the Arundel Tame. We have 1914, we have Obeyed, we have Deceptions and Sad Steps. Questions have been asked again and again. We also have Church Going. Church Going is an important poetry that you cannot leave. We all have read this particular poem in our masters as well. So I have given you a proper list. Now it is up to you whether to ignore them and see a question and then brood over that why I didn't do the text, or you can go ahead and find out the text and study their summary and you will be good to go. Okay, now talking about Ted Hughes, he was a poet laureate of United Kingdom from 1984 until his death. Then he was a very powerful writer who used to explore dark exploration of the natural world and human psyche. That means the works that he used to write had a lot of psychological elements involved, where what was going inside the mind of a particular person who was a subject of his poetry or his works, he used to write such works. He was married to Sylvia Plath, who happens to be again a confessional writer. We all know Sylvia Plath, but she committed suicide, and there were a lot of problems and speculations in their marriage as well. We are not digging deep in these kind of things right now. Talking about his works, his poetry collections are Hawk in the Rain, Lupercal, Woodrow, and Crow. Now please do not confuse, because some of the poetry collections are also the poems of Ted Hughes, so you do not have to be confused. Hawk in the Rain, Lupercal, Woodrow, and Crow are important poetry collections that you must know. Talking about the details or the detailed wise poetry that you need to do is Hawk in the Rain, Jaguar, Lupercal, Thought Fox, and Thrushes. Thought Fox and Thrushes are so important. You are going to see exact lines from the poetry and what is going on inside the poetry. The symbolism is being asked, so you need to do all these poetry. Okay, moving forward and seeing the last writer is Seamus Heaney. Seamus Heaney was an Irish poet, playwright, and translator who is famous for writing Bach poetries. He is also included as a Nobel Prize in Literature. He won in 1995 and many other awards as well. He was writing his poetry to solidify the Irish identity and history. Most of his works you can see will be talking about solidifying the nationality and the Irish identity and the history and the folklore. Okay, talking about Seamus Heaney, Death of the Naturalist is a work that is written in green. Exactly this question has been asked from you in the exam. His important work is The Digging, is a poem you all must have read. So before going on for your exam, please take out the text and read this particular poem, because you are definitely going to see detailed questions from this particular poetry. Then we have Door into the Dark. The Bog Queen is one such poetry. You all must be aware that Seamus Heaney was famous for writing Bog poetry, a collection of works that talked about what happened with the some bodies that were preserved and what were their historical perspective, what were their cultural and social perspective. In many of my videos, I've talked about the concept of Bog. So please go ahead and watch those videos if you want a detailed explanation of that. We have North as a collection in which we see Strange Fruit and Tollund Man. The works that are highlighted, please do not ignore them, because unse questions puche gaye hain. And if you want to be double sure, you can go in this particular sections under the British literature. You can just click on postmodern literature questions and make your own test, and you can see all the questions will be appearing from this particular section only, which will give you a double solidification of what you have read. And when you do the questions from those topics only, you will be sure and you will be good to go from these particular sections. You can also go ahead and check out the chronology chronology type of questions which are segregated. When you are part of my PYQ test series, you get segregated in topic wise questions. The power is in your hands. Whichever topic you want to practice, you can go ahead and do that. I hope you loved the video and it was helpful for you. If you like my style of teaching, you can go ahead and see my paid versions of my courses as well. There are so many courses available on this particular channel for free, so you can take help from them as well. Do let me know your feedback and which kind of video you want to see next before your exam, so I will quickly make a video on that particular topic. Hoping this video helped you. I am going to take your leave and I'm going to meet you up next in yet another video. Up till then, bye and take care.